Hello, everyone. I'm Colleen Vanderzyden, and this is Creating an Inspired Life. I'm so happy you're here today watching and listening. I've got a great show planned as usual. My passion is to help you create your best life, to help you take responsibility for creating your best life. You deserve to have the life you want to have, the life you love. And I like to help people do that as a medium, as well as a spiritual life coach. As a life coach, I help people take steps towards their dreams, towards their goals, to create whatever it is they're looking for in their lives. I'm also, as a medium, connecting in with loved ones on the other side just to see what they might want to say to you. Every week, I love to give you a coaching tip. And before I get to my coaching tip, I do want to mention, if you were paying attention last week and you heard me talking about self-doubt, and now I had something big the next day and I was scared to death to do, but I stepped into my fear and I did it anyway. And it was actually a taping, a filming for a national TV show, and I was just dying because you just don't know what's going to happen, right? But I did want to tell you I stepped into my fear and it was great. I had a wonderful time. So if you have something you're fearing and doubting, you step in and just do it. See what happens. So tonight, though, I'm going to talk about who's squashing your dreams. I'm really fortunate because I have some amazing friends. They're so supportive. I can tell them what's going on in my life. I can tell them about my goals, my dreams, my ideas. They give me feedback. They're very friendly, and they're very helpful because sometimes it helps me develop my ideas even more. I also have a friend who doesn't really listen to what I say, doesn't hear what I say, and if they hear, they don't respond, and it's like there's no interest in the conversation. When we have people like that, and you may have experienced some of this, it can be very draining for us. We can feel as though they're squashing our dreams because they don't share our enthusiasm, they don't share our vision, and they don't seem to be supporting us along that line. And they can drag us down, and they can drain us of our positive energy. And it's a horrible thing because we start to take things like this personally. We shouldn't be. We may have great ideas and goals, but when we talk to somebody about it, somebody who we think should be interested, and we don't get a response, or we don't get an appropriate response, it really does drag us down. Sometimes you'll even find people who decide they're going to be helpful, in quotes, and point out everything wrong with your idea, or how it could possibly not work out for you, or what you might be doing wrong. And they don't give you any encouragement or support. And it can be difficult to be around people like this. And I really feel that we need to have people around us who are of a like mind, somebody who can support us and encourage us and be there for us. We all want to feel heard. We want to feel valued. We want to be acknowledged. We want our ideas to be acknowledged. I like to bounce my ideas off of people and see what they say because, like I said, sometimes they'll help me develop my idea into something even better than I can imagine because we have our own perspectives, and sometimes it's good to have another perspective from somebody else who might look at it from a different way and say, I don't see that. Explain it again, and then you'll come up with a better idea. When somebody's dashing your dreams, not paying attention, not encouraging, not supportive, for me, it's very hard for me to stand in my power. I tend to lose my power, and I kind of lose my enthusiasm. Have you ever experienced that? You probably have. And when we think about this, what do we do about it when we have that situation where somebody is squashing our dreams? If we allow someone to negatively impact how we feel about something, our dreams or anything else, we're actually giving our power away. And it's not that someone else is taking our power. We're actually allowing them to take it. We're giving it away. We're allowing them to step into our energy, and we're giving them permission to rob us of our joy. Now, that doesn't mean they're doing it on purpose. They might be. But either way, we want to pay attention to what we're thinking, what our perception is. If our perception is telling us they're taking our joy away, we're blaming it on them rather than taking responsibility. So we have to make sure we're paying attention to what our thoughts are telling us. If you do know someone who's not supportive and you're losing your energy for your dream or your goal, you've got to protect your dream. You've got to take responsibility to protect your dream. Don't share your ideas with people who aren't supportive. Just don't do it. When I stopped doing that with my friend, I felt so much better. I had so much more energy towards my goals, my dreams, my projects. I felt more optimistic. I could move forward. It was so much easier to move forward. My goals are important to me, so if someone's dismissing them or not being supportive, it's just not very acceptable. It's not acceptable to me. And when I do this, I allow somebody to affect me. I'm giving my power away. And what happens is my boundaries of what's acceptable become blurred. I don't know what's acceptable anymore. Maybe I put up with the behavior because I'm trying to be polite. Maybe I'm putting up with the behavior because I think they should care. And so I just keep going on and on, hoping for some response that's different than what they're showing me. Or maybe I think they know more than I do, and so they should give me advice. And if they don't like what I'm thinking or doing, then I weigh their advice more heavier than I should, because I should only be listening to myself anyway. But if their words, their actions are not matching, they're not being supportive, they're not being encouraging, they're showing you they really don't care. So that's the time where you have to take that responsibility to step back into your power and protect yourself. Life is too short to have squashed dreams. Something with squashed dreams, though, and having people affecting you, we have to remember sometimes a behavior in another is a behavior within ourselves we might need to look at. If we can look back at ourselves and see if we have that behavior, we can get some more information. So for me, since my friend wasn't very supportive or encouraging, I looked back at myself to see, was I being supportive and encouraging for him and his goals? And I realized I was. I was asking questions, I was giving feedback, I was doing everything I could to show interest and support. So that I could do. I knew I was doing it. So I knew I had to step back into protecting myself. If you have somebody like that who's unsupportive or whatever behavior they're exhibiting to you, look back at yourself. Just take a look back first just to see. But if you look at it and you think, yes, I'm being supportive, that's not it, it's not something just getting to my attention, then that's when you have to step back into yourself, like I've said, take responsibility and protect yourself. It is so important. So unsupportive people may not know how to do it. Maybe they never learned. Maybe they really don't care. Maybe they're a jerk. Maybe they want to tell you everything you're doing wrong and they just enjoy doing that. You have the option, of course, to directly address it and say to them, look, when I tell you this and this is how your response is, it makes me feel like this. Now, if it's somebody who cares, they will try to make some adjustments and changes. If it's somebody who doesn't care, and they're not listening, they're not understanding, then you're back into protecting yourself. You see how important this is? You've got to be very careful who you share your dreams with. Don't share them with people who are not supportive. Just don't do it. You never want to let anyone influence you to the point that you give away your power, that you allow your dreams to be squashed, because you're the one actually squashing them, not the people who are unsupportive. You've got to be responsible and be true to yourself, who you are and what you want in your life. You've got to stand in the power to create the life you want, the life you deserve. And that is my coaching tip of the day. Somebody else isn't squashing your dreams. If they're being squashed, you're doing it because you're allowing other people to negatively affect your feelings. So think about that and see how that fits in with your life. You might be surprised how much easier it is to move on when you recognize it's not someone else's fault and that you're actually in control of this. Now, you can reach me at psychicmediumcolleen.com, as well as on Facebook, Medium Coach Colleen Vanderzyden. And as usual, I do love to hear from you, even if you just say hi. So we're going to move on to our first caller today, who is Katie in England. Katie, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Wonderful. Is there something in particular I can help you with?
I'd like to know more about my love life.
Okay, could you say that again? I heard a lot of beeping.
Yeah, love. I love life.
Oh, your love life. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you in a relationship right now? Because I'm not really feeling the best situation right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, then I'm going to continue on because what I'm feeling is there's definitely something going on there. I'm feeling, for you, I actually have to say, I feel a bit of resistance on your part for, what do I want to say? Maybe stepping into your power. I'm talking about stepping into your power today. Are you having some resistance to getting the words out there that you really need to say?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm also getting the impression that there's a feeling of you, there's a bit of fear here. I feel like you're not sure what would happen if you say what you want to say. I also get a feeling for you, it's actually very hard for you to say what you want to say. Are you really protective of avoiding conflict, I guess is a good way of putting it. Do you like to avoid conflict?
Yes, I do, yeah.
Yeah. I can agree with you on that. I can do the same thing. And it's always harder when you have to speak up, isn't it? And I'm getting the impression though for you, and I may be coming at this from your side a little bit more, but I'm actually getting the impression you know what you're talking about. Okay, that I'm actually feeling that I don't want to say you've been outright wronged, but I'm going to say it sounds like you've been outright wronged. I feel like somebody is not understanding you, not listening to you. Is that the case?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Oh, don't you hate that? It's so hard sometimes, isn't it? So this is what we've got to do. Because I'm feeling for you that if you don't step into your power, if you don't say what you need to say, you're going to continue feeling horrible. You're going to continue thinking too much. You're going to continue feeling like your body. Is your stomach hurting? Like feeling like it's tense?
Yeah.
Okay. The body always tells us. And I was feeling your stomach right there, and I could feel it because what will happen is we start thinking so much, and we want things to be a certain way, and we start taking whatever's happening in our lives, and we make them bigger and bigger and bigger, and before we know it, we've made a problem that may not be as big as we think into a bigger problem. Now, is this relationship still working? I mean, are you still together?
Yeah, we are, yeah.
Okay, good. Because I am feeling that the problem is not as big as it feels. Now, I could be way off on that. I don't know. It just doesn't feel as big. What I really feel so strongly, because I know you want to get rid of some of these, the tension in the body, and get your brain to stop thinking so much. It's very hard for you to really, get mad, isn't it? To really let it all out there.
Oh, yeah.
It is, isn't it? So what we've got to do, because I feel like you need to get this other person's attention. So you've got to change your behavior. You can't do the same thing you've always done. It won't work. So you have to change your behavior. And for some reason, I'm getting this impression that you need to get mad. Have you done this yet?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. It's so hard, isn't it? So I know. And then you sit there actually playing it out in your head, don't you? Of what you're going to say and how you're going to say it. And what the reaction and what the reaction could be. It could be this, it could be that, it could be this. And then what's going to happen if you don't decide to take care of this yourself? Okay, if you don't say to yourself, okay, I want to feel better. Yeah. I'm going to step into myself and I'm going to say, look, you know what? This is how I'm feeling right now. And you can easily say, tell me how I'm wrong. Just tell me how I'm wrong. And you might get some interesting conversation going, because when you say, tell me how I'm wrong, it kind of puts you in a little bit of a different place. And then they can be actually a little bit, it kind of takes them aback a little. They don't know how to respond to that. It's like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And so that way they don't feel like they're being attacked. So what you might consider is just deciding what it is. What is your real point? What point do you want to get across? Exactly. Do you want to be heard? Do you want to be acknowledged? What do you need to make you feel like the relationship would be better? So you'll have to think about this, because you've got to narrow it down and then get it right out there. And if you have to get mad about it, get mad about it, because that's going to get the attention. And I'm feeling if you do this, if you step into this and you step into that fear, okay, you can take care of this. I'm feeling you can take care of this. And I also feel that what you think could be, you're way ahead of what it is. You're way far down the line. Don't go so far down the line. Stay right here and today. And speak up with whenever something happens. You know, if it's a small thing, and you can do it nicely. I know you can. I can tell. And you can just say, you know, I really feel this in a very gentle way, and that can work too. So you've got a few options here. And I have to tell you, too, and I'm just going to do a little psychic prediction here in the future a bit, because I'm feeling that you're going to do this pretty soon, okay? I feel like you're going to take care of it in the next 2-3 weeks because you're not going to be able to wait any longer. And I also feel you're going to be surprised at the relief you feel after you do this. Yeah. You're going to feel so much better. And I'm telling you, so you're going to talk in a couple of weeks. Yeah, that would take me almost into October, wouldn't it? Because all of a sudden I'm feeling October is a different feeling. So that you have homework. You're going to have to listen to this again, though, to get all those so you can take notes. I gave you lots of information. That was a lot. So there's a lot of different ways to handle it. So you can listen to it again. They'll post it really soon, and then you can... You can hear it again and then make a plan. So just decide what your point is. Pick one and go with 1 point, okay? And that will make a huge difference, okay? Well, thank you so much for calling, Katie. It was so nice talking to you, and good luck with this. And you've got this. I'm telling you, you've got this.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. And that was Katie from England. And then next we're going to move on to Trina from Ontario, Canada. Trina, how are you today?
Hi, I'm great. Thank you.
Wonderful. Do you have something in particular you wanted to talk about tonight?
Pretty much more or less family and having more children.
Okay. You already have a child now?
I do.
Is it only one?
There is, yes.
Okay, good. And I'm saying good because that's what I was feeling. Okay. So, now, and are you in a relationship now? Because I do feel more children coming. So I want to see if we're in the same relationship. Okay, good. Amen. Now, I am feeling 2 more. Okay. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's in your plan, but I'm feeling 2 more. Now, is everything going great with the relationship now? It's feeling okay to me.
Yeah, it's great. It is.
Good.
Yes.
Okay, thank God, because, you know, as you can imagine, we get a lot of people calling who aren't having a great relationship. So I always like to talk to somebody who's having a good relationship.
That's great,
is there something, a medical concern that we're having as to why we're not having another child just yet?
I've had a total of 6 miscarriages.
That would be a medical concern, all right? Yes, it would. Oh my God, that's horrible. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yes.
That's a very difficult thing to go through. I only had one myself, and it was a horrible time.
And that's hard enough, yes.
Yeah, I cannot imagine. But I am feeling 2 more children.
Wow.
Yes, feeling 2.
Do you feel anything with this pregnancy now? Is this going to go well?
How far along are you now? I want to make sure I'm touching in right.
7 weeks.
Okay, so still early. Oh,
very.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know about you, but I didn't tell anybody until later after my miscarriage.
I know. I haven't told anybody yet.
We'll just blast it to the world right now on this show. Okay, as I go forward a bit from now, are you having quite a lot of morning sickness now? Because I'm getting a lot of nausea right now.
Oh, God, yes.
Okay, because I'm getting a whole lot of stuff going. I'm feeling, now this is an interesting thing. I can feel your anxiety. I can feel
very much.
The concerns about it. I can also feel that, how we get our minds thinking and that puts us in a different place. And I'm distinctly getting this message, and I don't know if I'm talking to a spirit on the other side or where it's coming from, but I am distinctly getting a message to make sure you're really focusing on the positive things. Okay? I know that's hard to do when you're worried and you're concerned. And as I'm hearing this message coming through, it's a lot of making sure you're breathing, a lot of making sure you're counting your blessings. And I think, okay, somebody is talking to me, but as they're talking to me, they're telling me to make sure every time you start to worry about the baby. You say, thank you so much for bringing me this baby. And then literally start counting your blessings. You have a child now, you know, you have a house, you have a good relationship, literally anything you can think of, even if it's something along the lines of my hair's looking good today. You just go for the blessings, because the reason I'm getting this impression so strongly is because the stress hormones in our bodies do affect our bodies. And we want to make sure the baby, even though the baby is very, very young and very small, is having as positive experience as possible. I know it sounds a little wacky maybe, but for whatever reason it's coming through, so I'm going to tell you this. And as they're showing me this and they're showing this, I have to say, I feel such a relaxation about your body with that. There's also the feeling of you stepping into a trust and recognizing that whatever happens is supposed to happen, and I'm going to trust God that it's going to work out absolutely perfectly for me. And in some ways, that also goes along with detaching and not getting, you know, it's kind of like the not getting your hopes up kind of thing. But
that's exactly where I am now, yeah.
I understand. I truly do. And the trusting of it's going to work exactly as I'm supposed to work. And I can tell you with my experience, after I had my miscarriage, I was like, I don't even know what to do. But then I ended up having 2 children after that, you know, so you never know, right? And also there are other avenues for having a child if it gets to that point. But I have to say, you stepping into that detachment feels very good to me, because it's almost as though you trust to the point that it's going to be okay. I'm going to be fine. And I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to thank God for this baby. I don't know if you're religious or spiritually minded, but there you go. And to say, thank you so much for giving me this experience. I'm so blessed to have this experience. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. And on and on and on. And I feel you. Now we're in September now. Okay. And I feel, I have to say, within a few weeks, I get the feeling you're going to be more relaxed. Of course, you'll have gotten past the prime time, and that will help, of course. But I have to say, I'm feeling you quite relaxed. So when I get into October, you know, 5 weeks away or so, you feel good to me. So I want to take that as a positive here, because just how I'm touching in with you, you just feel very, I don't know, it's a calm peace about you. So whatever happens, you're going to have this calm peace. I have to go back to the 2 children I'm seeing as well. Have you taken any fertility drugs?
I don't have a problem getting pregnant. It's keeping the pregnancy.
Yeah, okay. I'm just wondering, because, you know, I saw 2 at once, and I'm like,
Yeah, no, let's hope not.
Yeah, I think that would be more difficult, too, than one. Of course. So, but I do see 2. They don't look the same height, though, to me. So there is something to that as well. Yeah. There's, okay, and I'm getting the impression, too, you have some good people around you, some very supportive people. And that's very important for you. It's almost, I feel like there's like a cocoon around you, a cocoon of love and protection, if you will. I feel that there's so much support around you. It does make a difference. Do you go to church? All of a sudden I'm seeing a church.
No.
Okay, because I'm seeing a church. Doesn't mean I'm telling you to go to church, okay? I'm just seeing a church. And when I see a church, that usually means to me that the person is on the more religious side and has a fundamental belief in some kind of a religion. And there is Okay. Did you grow up Catholic by any chance?
My family is Catholic, but my mother sort of pulled away from that, so I didn't really grow up on the Catholic side, no.
Oh, okay. Because all of a sudden I was seeing a rosary, and sometimes when I see a rosary, okay, somebody's talking to me again. Spirit's talking to me. Okay. They tell me about holding the rosary as, you know how people have worry beads and that kind of thing? Holding that and sending prayers out to that. So I don't know if you have that or something that you could use in that case. That might be something to consider. Sometimes having something physical to hold on to makes it a little easier for us to redirect our thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's something to that. So I guess to wrap up, I'm feeling that you're going to be in a really good place in October. Okay.
Awesome.
I know. I hope I will pray for you. I will. I mean, I'm going to put you on my
Thank you.
list. I am going to pray for you because I want this to work for you. So I don't want to get too attached either. You know, I'll pray for the best and the highest and the best and all that. But at the same time, since I am feeling the children, I do want to make sure I let you know I do see them. So there will be more. So
Awesome.
yeah. So yeah, there you have it. That's everything I can tell you apparently right now.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you and good luck with all of that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And that was Trina in Canada. It's always so interesting, you know, when we have something big happen in our lives, especially with her story of having had 6 miscarriages already. Can you imagine? Oh, my God, how horrible is that? You know, because you get your hopes up and everything, and then it just doesn't work, and that can really talk about dragging you down. Now, there is something that can drag you down. And it's really important when something traumatic like that or something very important to you is happening that you find a way to detach and not get too wrapped up in the outcome. Even though it's important, you've got to detach and you've got to trust that it's going to work out exactly the way it's supposed to, because that will help your mind. You won't be quite so, circular in your mind with all your thoughts going, driving you crazy, and you'll actually feel better. You really will. So try that idea too. So tonight's topic, remember, was actually taking responsibility for yourself and not squashing your own dreams by thinking somebody else is doing it for you. I'm Colleen Vanderzyden, and this was Creating an Inspired Life. And I'm so happy you are watching and listening today. And you can reach me at psychicmediumcolleen.com, as well as on Facebook, Medium Coach Colleen Vanderzyden. And I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you later. Goodbye.